Shalom, all praise to Yahweh Hashem Yashai B'Shem HaKadosh. All praise to Yahweh Hashem Yashai B'Shem HaKadosh. I want to see apostles and elders of great millstone who rule well. You know, the apostles who gave us his truth, broke it down to us, you know, the mouthpieces on earth, you know, bringing out this truth. Because you got rebellious elements, maniacal, rebellious fucks. That basically a lot of it comes down to they don't respect their elders, man. They don't respect their apostles. They don't respect the men that taught them. And that's just some worldly bullshit, man. Because that's you're rebelling against the Most High if you're doing that shit, man. Because more or less, a lot of our people, that spirit of rebellion, that's been in Jake from the beginning, man. From when man came out of Egypt, you had some rebellious assholes that didn't want to bow down to Yahweh Hashem Yahshai. So, you know, just gonna get into, man, like bring Amos out first.
Amos chapter 7 and 17. Therefore thus saith the Lord, thy wife shall be an harlot in the city.
Yeah, so basically it was prophesied against Israel that a wife will be a harlot in the city. And that's, you know, that's something you see evidently in this day and age, man. You got these black booty hoes out here shacking up with every Tom, Dick and Harry from the end, sucking on them Edomite pink cocks, you know, getting it in, fulfilling that prophecy. But hey, the significance of that is also greater, because more or less, what Israel, we're Yahweh Hashem Yahushai's woman, man. We're the Most High's woman. We're Yahweh Shai's woman. So Israel's out here a whoring, man. If you give me Jeremiah 6 and 2.
This is Jeremiah 6 and 2. I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman.
So the daughter of Zion, which is Israel, the 12 tribes, you know, what you got on the sign, the Negroes, Hispanics, Native American Indians, they're the true Israelites of the Bible, not those guys that you got over in the land of Israel now, a bunch of shameless identity thieves. They're basically been nabbed our identity and nabbed our land, and they're living up in there. They're a bunch of shameless thieves. But the true Israel, they're likened onto a comely and delicate woman. And more or less that comely and delicate woman state is when Israel's in order, following the laws, man. But when they rebel, they become just like a harlot in the city.
Have a good one.
Yeah.
Jeremiah chapter 3. They say, if a man put away his wife, and she go from him, and become another man's, shall he return unto her again? Shall not that land be greatly polluted? But thou hast played the harlot with many lovers.
That's it,
Yet
man.
return again unto me, saith the Lord.
Yeah, so Israel is basically, they're playing the harlot, man. Because what you got now is this image here, this Cesare Borgia image, this white Jesus, white Christ. That's one of the main whores that Israel's playing with right now, man. You got these so-called black men out there screaming, these black women out there screaming, doing front flips for some white Jesus. That's just completely off. Because you go into the Bible, it describes who the world calls Jesus Christ, the so-called black man, which is undeniable. It can be proved inside, outside, backwards, forwards, upside down, 317 degrees to the left. Like from any angle, it's provable in the Bible. But hey, that whoring, that's basically why, you know, you got these blacks, these stupid black fucks out here, bro, basically trying to, you know, it's a mystery of like, you know, why is a black woman doing what she's doing? And that, like, I'm saying for the black woman, really applies for all the tribes on down. Because you got the Puerto Rican women, you got a lot of these Northern Kingdom women, especially in London. The ones in London tend to be the ones that come over from Italy, from Spain, from Portugal. They'll move to them countries. They'll try and blend off like, oh, I'm just Italian. Oh, I'm Spanish. But then it's like, oh, where's your parents from? Oh, from Venezuela. Oh, from Colombia. So they're trying to blend off like they're like some unknown, like they're just Spanish now. So you got all these tribes and women, they're being a bunch of rebellious pieces of shit. They're not in order. And you know, you got these black men trying to work out, you know, the black woman, like, why did she do these things? This, that. Really, it's simple, man. The Lord had it go down that way.
I have more on this though, right?
Oh, you got more? Okay,
yeah. And it says,
and we'll get the guru, right?
but thou hast played the harlot with many lovers, yet return again to me, saith the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai. Lift up thine eyes unto the high places and see where thou hast not been lying with.
Yeah, so it's like all them high places. That's the places of worship. And you see, these guys on the side, imagine them Northern Kingdom fucks. Them guys, these so-called spics, these Hispanic motherfuckers, they're off there. They've in Brazil. They've got the super Christ, man.
Yeah,
they've got the super Christ, man. Over the favelas. These guys are slitting each other's throats, murdering each other. You know, taking axes to each other's family members. But you know, but thingy's watching over them. Christ is watching over them. That shows that white Jesus image. They ain't doing no good. But these men are all up in the higher places, praising that to the high heavens, man. Man will murder a guy and then just kiss the Virgin Mary, all this. I'm like, bruv, that's lame, man. That's played out. And that's the parallel is now we're getting to it. We've been able to experience that by not having our women in order, man. Because our women are going out playing the harlot. You got guys out here basically, you know, you might be with a woman, then you find out she just, you know, you might have been away for a couple of weeks, and she was off giving sucking fucks left, right, and center around the city to some lowlifes.
Jeremiah 2:32. Can a maid forget her ornaments, or a bride her attire? Yet my people have forgotten me days without number. Why trimmest thou thy ways to seek love?
Yeah, so people, so just like the, you know, the black woman, she's not even a black woman anymore. She's just a woman now. Esau did that number with what was it? I think it was second wave feminism when them black women supposedly got liberated. Because that was the one with sexual liberation, where it's like, okay, now you can just go. So that's why you have like these black women's, these black sluts getting with every Tom, Dick, and Harry. But then that's the same thing that happened during slavery. Man got put into that strange woman. This white Jesus is that strange ass woman that you know, that what do you call it? The fucking tone it down. That's the Lord ain't gonna tone it down. You know, they're talking about, imagine you had in the news, like, you know, Kim Jong-un, the North Korea and South Korea, they're meant to be coming together, raising hands together. They're going to, you know, denuclearization by the end of May. It's meant to start for North Korea. The Lord ain't down with that. The Lord ain't down with no denuclearization. That's what the Lord's down with. Fat nukes, bro. The US and Russia had that START program when they meant to be like removing the nuclear warheads. That, you know, that got reversed swiftly. All kind, and now the heat's getting turned up. The Lord ain't down with no, you know, tone it down. But you know, okay, now let Barry get his.
Just on the point that you was making about how we're experiencing what the Most High went through with our woman. Right, this is 1 Corinthians 11:7. For a man indeed ought not to cover his head, for as much as he is the image and glory of the Most High, but the woman is the glory of the man. Right?
Yeah.
So basically what that's going into is how, look, if we went off, right, and we're the Most High's glory, how is it our woman's not going to be going off doing some wickedness and she's our glory?
Yeah. That's the Lord basically has all the man. Hey man, it's beautiful because the parallels are there, man. Because you're thinking it's like you got a bunch of rebellious brats. You might be trying to raise up your youth them in society. Then they got a bunch of rebellious, like you're just getting some rebellious little motherfucker. This guy ain't listening to no instructions. This guy's getting to all kind of worldly channels. But then, hey man, that's just like what we was doing. It's like you go back before you found out the truth. When you're in the world, you up there eating pork, you know, smoking weeds, committing adulteries, you know, worshiping some white Jesus Christ. It was all kinds of messed up, man. All kinds of off. But hey man, that's hey man, you just what you get to feel when you have a son, you instruct him and he don't follow that. If you have a woman and then you find out she been playing a harlot around the whole town, You're like, what the fuck, man? Why'd you do this to me? Hey man, that's how the Most High was feeling with us, man.
Yeah.
That's why the punishment's coming down.
Yep. Goes with each
Go on.
other already.
Ezekiel 36 and 17, Son of man, when the house of Israel that dwelled in their own land, they defiled it by their own way and by their own doings. Their way was before me as the uncleanliness of a removed woman. You know? So what the so what the Lord is saying there is that see how people just became so unclean spiritually, man, and like became unclean as you know when a chick's in a period. You know, so that's how we became unclean unto the Lord, man.
Yeah, if that shit is disgusting.
Yeah.
That's wild. So that's fucked up. But hey, that's, you know, that's how the Lord's getting down. So the other point I wanted to make is basically, you know, okay, bring out Deuteronomy first.
This is Deuteronomy 28 and 56. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter.
Yeah, so that's the curse we're living through right now. You got these black women, you know, there was an article someone posted, I saw in the chat. It was about what, like some youth that murked off her kids because she couldn't provide for them. Some 2 and 4 year olds, she murked them off. And I think murked herself off after. I'm like, you know, that there's all these black women, all these tribes on this side. They're all kinds of fruit, man. They're all that tenderness and delicacy that's been lost completely. They're doing some of the wickedest shit on the planet Earth. The thing is you go through abortion. Yeah. Abortion all by itself. Some of it, like, bruv, abortion can happen at some terms where you can murk the fucking the youth off, like even when it's ready to be born. It's like, oh, if it could cause damage to the mother, you're allowed to kill the baby so the mother can survive. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
yo, what's going on there? Have you ever watched the movie, bro? Yeah. Always the mother says, please, I just love him for me. Oh, and then she gives up the ghost, and it has the youth there. I'm like, bitch, there ain't no heroes out here. Yeah. You be like, what?
Innit, man?
I'm like, I ain't shit, but I'm still not sucked his dick yet. Fuck. Kill that baby. Yeah. That's off. Oh, that's all kinds of fucked up. You see, bro, like the thing is like passing on the torch. That's just how generations work. Yeah. You're meant to have, like, you know, you be rolling through. You have your generation. You have the youths. You build them up. You pass the torch on. They basically take over everything. They look after everything. Then you just take the back seat.
I have a quick one.
Go on.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 12 and 5, and also those merciless murders of children, and devours of man's flesh and feasts of blood, which happened back then, you know, in Egypt. But Esau's that spiritual fucking Egyptian now, man.
Yeah,
you know?
Because hey, all them merciless, man. Yeah, because it's like they say what the thing is like, bro. If as soon as that baby pops out the womb, yeah. So this is how fucked it is. It's like if the baby's in the womb and it's like cause complications for the woman, then it's like, okay, you can murk that you off.
Yeah.
But then you get babies that get born prematurely. And if you were to go in and break that little youth's throat, you're getting done. Yeah. So that's that's a whole lot of confusion. So at one stage it's you're allowed to murder it. At another stage, when it's inside, it's cool. You can't wipe it out.
That's wicked.
That's completely off, man.
And that's just off. They only get tongues and they have to crush their head and pull out bones, the brains and shit, and vacuum clean it.
Yeah, that's the money.
That's the money.
If I can say, because you get Christians, I'm like, oh, but this, that, and the other. Well, Rachel died, man.
Yeah,
Rachel died to give birth, man. Right?
That's what I'm saying. The thing is like women, like complications in childbirth is just a thing. The Lord basically, it was you know, get Genesis 3 and
16. Oh, what? Sorrow?
Yeah, sorrow that shall bring forth children. sometimes that sorrow gets to the point. The thing is, like, the pain that's associated. If a bitch just gives up, she's like, no, I can't do it. If a woman decides not to, if the woman doesn't want to push the baby out, she'll just die. That's how the Lord got it set up. That pushing, oh! If you're like, no, fuck it, I can't do it, I ain't doing this shit. Then, unless someone does a C-section, you're just dead. You're gonna die, and the baby's coming out anyway.
Yeah.
I've got a precept.
Go on.
Genesis 3:16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children.
In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children. Don't even need any more on that. So that's, that sorrow. Part of that is that, women might have to drop fucking dead.
Yeah.
The thing is Esau's meant to have all this super technology and blah, blah, blah. Really, all he does with this super technology, he's going to inject a bitch so she can't feel nothing in her lower body. Then just cut the bitch open and then pull you out and then sew her back up.
Yeah.
What the hell is
nasty ass scar?
a gritty scar? That shit's got looking all kind of fucked up.
Some good scar.
And then sometimes that can just fuck the womb up as well. It's better, honey, to just squat, do some shit, prepare yourself for them squats, and then just like when the time comes, because and the thing is that's how you have to get down. It's like if you ain't got the strength to push it out, then unfortunately it was the Lord set it up that way, and it was a punishment. Because what? A punishment for what? For playing the harlot, man. Going off into them philosophies of next mandems, man. But go on, in Deuteronomy.
So back in Deuteronomy 28 and 57. 57. And toward a young one that cometh out from between her feet.
Yeah, because even what abortion is really that's a cruelty towards that little unborn fucker. You basically, the thing is like you got these bitches able to just go out and give sucking fucks left, right, and center, and then it's like your birth control. But even a lot of them birth control methods like pills are just murdering you, like just after it's been conceived, shit like that. So it's all kinds of off, man. And then the thing is they're just prioritizing some fluff lifestyle, man.
Yeah.
Like, what are women really getting up to out here, man?
I did some research into it a while back, and data from the Guttmacher Institute and Planned Parenthood, which are both pro-abortion sources, say that 99% of abortions in America are to do with lifestyle choices.
Yeah, they say like, they like to try and justify raping incest. Nigga, how many bitches have been raped and got impregnated? The thing is it's like with getting a woman pregnant, you can try multiple times and she don't get fucking pregnant. So it's not like every time you get raped, you're gonna get pregnant. Maybe if the guy's raping you in like 16 times, then in that instance, you're probably gonna get fucking pregnant.
It's very difficult for a couple to get pregnant.
Yeah, they have to try. Some of them be trying for weeks and months.
Yeah.
Going 3-4 times a day, going weighing the pussy in, and they're doing all kinds of IVFs, dropping little eggs and sperms up in there, with the super soaker, trying to get the bitch pregnant.
Yeah. Really, it's
down to the spirit, man.
Yeah. Basically, they try to justify abortion on less than 1%.
Yeah, less than 1%, and it's just like that's a lame argument. That's a lame argument. What kind of thing are you going to justify as a whole? Well, 1% of people, when they take, man, come on, you can justify anything.
They're trying to do a what's it called? An ad hominem. Because if you say, well, it is what it is, you're so mean. How could you say that bullshit?
That's a fucking word. It's a strawman argument as well, because it's just 1%. They're saying it like they're just bare women getting raped, having abortions.
Yeah.
Bro, some women get raped and have the youth, bro.
Yeah, there's
because they don't want to murder an innocent child.
Yeah.
Technically, that child, if the guy did rape the woman, the thing is as well is even a lot of these rapes ain't even rapes, man.
Correct.
It's like, what do you call it? You had that story. Who was it, man? You had the fucking I think there was one with the rugby players. There was the 2 rugby players. They were in the WhatsApp. They were in the WhatsApp chat and they were saying, "Yeah, man, we're getting it in." Basically on slamming in bitches. One of them was like consensual. He went, he was slamming it. Then had his boy move through, and his boy was dealing with it after. And then she was like, "Oh no, you raped me," because I wasn't really. The thing is, she probably did it. She was probably in the moment. She was like, "Ah, fuck it, you know, I'll roll with it." Then afterwards, she was feeling a bit greased.
Yeah,
She was feeling a bit greased. She was like, "Wow." And then maybe she might have found out about these texts or whatever, and someone said, "Why they're talking about you like that?" Like, "Fuck that, he raped me."
There's a whole movement called regret is not rape.
Yeah, exactly. But that don't get no media coverage.
I have a quick point. You know, these people try to say, "Oh, well, until the kids upon earth, he ain't like a soul. He isn't alive."
Yes,
Which is wicked.
Deuteronomy?
Yeah.
Well,
Exodus.
I'm gonna put you inside a woman's vagina, and then just and then crush your head, and we'll see how much we're not. Come on, man, go on.
Exodus 21 and 22. If men strive and hurt a woman with child, so that her fruit depart from her, yet no mischief follow, he shall surely be punished, according as the woman's husband will lay upon him, and he shall pay as the judges determine. And if any mischief follow, then thou shalt give life for life. You know?
Mischief follow. So that's like, if men are just there, warring it up, ching, 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 and then just like pregnant woman just like, elbow hits, oh! And then she falls over.
Yeah.
If she falls over and then find out that the youth died, the motherfucker ain't kicked for the last 3 weeks and shit. Then that guy's gonna get wiped the fuck out.
Yeah, that's.
But if the youth survives, then it's like the husband might just have to give him a few uppercuts, smash his nose in, take some shit, take some land. Because the thing is, a child could come out fucking retarded or some shit. Then you're really gonna want to fuck a nigga up for that shit.
Yeah, man.
I mean, you might even take his life anyway, man. Because whatever the husband sees fit. So if he comes out retarded, you're like, oh, that's the firstborn or some shit. I'm like, yo, that guy's life is forfeit, man. But hey, and the thing is, Esau, that's why Esau don't regard none of the laws of the Biblios, man. Because hey, that shows that all this, the hundreds of thousands of abortions that happen every year.
Millions.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking of American statistics. The millions of abortions that happen around the globe are just murder, acts of murder.
Yeah. I'm sorry, bro. Can I make a point? In 2012, it actually came out that in the state of New York, there was more Jake babies aborted than born in New York, man. That just shows that's wicked. In 2012, that's genocide, man. I have a precept.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
Isaiah 5 and 20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet.
Yeah, that's what's been happening. Because the thing is like that abortion. They say it's family. They call it family planning. Choices. That is just dressing up a murder.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
That's like
That is hot.
a bitch might fuck out with some guy. And they'd be like, no, we can't do this. My husband can't find out. Or I'm gonna lose X, Y, Z. And then murder that guy. And that's just choices. Like, no, I didn't want to live that kind of life. I wanted, but then one's justified, the other ain't.
I remember asking an old school friend, I was like, so which of the girls do you think will get pregnant first? And it was like, so-and-so. And he said, but to be fair, if she got pregnant, man, she probably just aborted. As if to say that's just a normal solution.
Yeah, man.
That's just a solution to life. You don't want a child.
Yeah, I remember when I was in school, you talk to these God-fearing Christians.
Yeah.
These lovely white Jesus-loving Christians. These guys are basically, I'm saying, it's like, yeah, you say, what'd you do? I was like, what'd you do if you got a girl pregnant? I'll be like, yeah, I'd have to get her to abort it, fam.
Yeah.
I'd have to, no, I can't even do it. How am I going to do with that, fam? No, I've got to go to uni, I've got things to do, fam.
Oh.
Now, I've got to make her abort the thing. And that's how man get down.
Yeah. I've personally heard Jakes who've had like 10 abortions. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, they're
Like, had it. 10 abortions on the phone.
See, the thing is, you got these men in London talking about chef, like they're meant to be dropping bodies. Bruv, them black women dropping bodies harder than anyone. Them going in.
Yeah, you had the ad campaign, most dangerous place for a so-called black man is in the womb
of a black woman.
Yeah.
That's true.
And the stats on that once again prove that, because it was like between 1970 and 2001 was something like homicides of black children was like 200,000. But not black children, homicides of black men, violent crimes, right, was 200,000. But abortions was something like 11 million.
And they actually compared that stats to gun crime, to AIDS, heart disease. They compared all the stats.
I think if you combine them, I don't think it's going to be as much.
It even outdo abortion.
Oh, and now if I can say that's with incomplete data as well, because not every state actually reports the data.
Yeah, some of them just report some, or some of them don't report all.
Man, that shows that.
That's but you know, that's a shining beacon of this world, man.
Then they say, oh, but what about they try and make you feel bad because some women try and put coat hangers up the vagina, but it's not safe. It's like, fuck you, man.
What the hell kind of no. The thing is like, bruv, you have the choice of either letting some guy bust a preemie nut inside or not. Yeah, that's what they say. Oh, it's women can decide what they do with their bodies, bro. You have the choice of whether you let the guy bust a hot preemie nut inside or not, because rape is less than 1%.
Yeah.
So that means a lot of these women getting these abortions had the choice of I can let. Only American name that's coming to my mind right now is Beyonce. I can let Jamal bust that hot nut inside. Or I can just, or not. But then they're living that wicked lifestyle, man.
Yeah. It's because they're comfortable, man.
Okay, go on. And then go back into Deuteronomy after.
So 2 Maccabees 7:22. I cannot tell how he came into my womb, for I neither gave you breath nor life. Neither was it I that formed the members of every one of you, but doubtless the creator of the world, who formed the generation of man and found out the beginning of all things, will also of his own mercy give you breath and life again. Well, he goes on something else, but it says, as ye now regard not your own lives for your own self for his Lord's sake.
Yeah, so the thing is that's just it's witchcraft and women worship. It's a hot mess, man. Women basically, the thing is you go through all this process and it's like well, this is what the point I was going to get to anyway, man. It's like women just need to get put in slavery, and that's the only solution. And the Lord's going to have that, and the Lord's going to have like women just getting put in slavery happen anyway, because that's what it needs to be done. Women. It's like with the so-called white man. You leave him out. You give him liberty to do whatever the fuck he wants. This guy's annihilating planets, annihilating the ozone layer. This guy's polluting space. This guy found out to get into space, like what? How many years? Like what? 30 years? 50 years ago? Or was it 69?
69 was Apollo.
Yeah, I think before it was around 50 odd years, let's say. This guy's been shooting shit into space. Space is polluted. What the fuck? 50 years? Yeah, you give it another 50 years, you're even going to be able to see out of them. You're going to see. It's going to be a little film of grime and dirt.
You start having advertising in space. You see, look at the moon. One day it has night, and the next day it has McDonald's.
Yeah. And then the card is just left there from 1972.
Yeah. That's a hot mess.
If I may,
hold it, because. I didn't even get to make the fucking point I was going to make. Okay, read Deuteronomy, because it's like I lost the point I was going to make yet again.
It was about these women being put in slavery.
Oh yeah, well hey, that's what the Lord's going to have when it's like, when man get raised up, then order's going to be returned. But then the thing is, it's just like right now, Jake ain't got no respect out here. We're bringing the truth out. No, our women ain't respecting us. Our youth, them ain't really respecting us. All that's Esau's got the youths in school learning, it's all right to be a tranny and it's all right to be a homosexual. And, boys kissing up in the classroom. So that means it's basically just like we ain't got no respect out here. Yahweh Hashem Yahshai ain't getting respected out here. Because you think about the name of, what is it, Jeremiah 16 and 16? or 16 and 4, I don't know, man. It shall
14.
no longer be said the Most High Power that brought us out of Egypt, but that brought us out of the land of the north. So basically, it's like, yo, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai's name ain't getting respect out here. His prophecy ain't getting respect. His men ain't getting respect. So, hey, just like we're basically like, you know, a representation of we're his people on the earth, man. You know, we're his sons on the earth. So the Lord's got to get his first, and then we receive it as well, man. So just like our women